These days, I've seen Bogdan out in front of the building on the stoop as I'm coming in from work. Usually a few of his mouth-breathing goons hanging around, doing their dirty business and spreading out the filth for all to see. And these days, where Bogdan goes, you find Linda.
Please forgive me, my love.
Oh, you see? She begs for my forgiveness now. But she's not even close to worthy of my forgiveness. That little...
He talks down to Linda in a way no animal should have to endure. This invertebrate just really gets off on mashing her down with his thumb. As she sees me approaching the front steps, she curls up next to him like a fragrant puppy, desperately clinging to any scrap of affection. I have to believe as I get closer to the front of my building, and as I catch that one stolen glimpse out of the corner of her eye that she risks ever sending my way. I just hope that she knows that those few hours we share meant more to me than every other moment in my worthless life. I only hope she is just playing along, that she can read the desperation in my eyes and know that I love her, that I would never leave her there, and that I am coming!
You don't know how to walk in heels, so why are you even wearing them? I don't understand. It looks stupid. You look stupid.
Hello, Linda.
What did you say? How do you know her name?
My eyes committed suicide right there on my face. They spun around in their sockets to see what had gone so wrong inside my brain. How could I possibly answer him? No, sorry, I don't know her. I think I've accidentally overheard you say it.
You!
Please, Bogdan.
You ever listen in on anything that comes out of my mouth?
You don't have to do this.
You ever look in her direction again? They'll never find all the little pieces of you floating down the river.
I've never seen him before in my life.
Once the fishes have peeled all the little pieces of rotten meat away from your weaselly Mick bones.
Please, my love.
And had their fill of your worthless insides. Your intestines. Your fucking balls.
Bogdan was a man of many talents, but I knew he was not a negotiator. He didn't have a poker face because he didn't need one. He'd just pull the switchblade he keeps hidden in his front pocket and start trimming the fat. I knew better than to wonder if he would make good on his threats if I came near either of them again. Regardless, he would someday interpret a simple passing in the hall as some aggressive territorial gesture, and there would be nothing I could do but hope he'd just get it over with quickly. I'd give the devil my soul to set her free of him, but there was little I could do for the moment to protect her from his sadistic ways. Unless... Once inside my apartment, I went right to work. Unlocking the briefcase, I carefully plucked the module from the glowing nest of wires and surgical tubing that had kept it dormant thus far. And slipping the cigarette-sized glass cylinder into the chemical bath on the side of the device, I turned the handle and sealed the hatch and took one big step back. Right now, I've defined my life by and devoted everything I have to this one instant. Standing here in the graveyard of my childhood, I eyed the heavy metallic headgear that would facilitate the capture of my every abstract thought. I slid the top of my head into the peak of the skull cap. I strained against the leather straps as if I was crawling back into my mother's womb. I pitched the cold steel blade of the main power switch between the tips of my fingers, and I flipped on the juice. To my amazement, the gamma frequency diode flickered to life, just as I had seen it in my mind 1,000 times over. It glowed a deep cobalt blue, humming in sync to the reactor bolted to the side. As the machine began to fire, the room got unbearably hot. Unbreathable! It sucked out all the oxygen from the air around me. And turning the black metallic dial ever so slowly to the right, doubling power with each tiny adjustment, I felt my heart would unfetter itself from my breast and burst forth. Sparks sprayed down in showers smoldering out from under the metallic helmet I had strapped firmly to my skull. Smoke from the incinerated hair and skin smoldered into the room, where everything then went completely black. And then it was like a strange light went on in another room somewhere. Yes, it felt sort of like sticking your neck out and putting your head through one end of a very long pipe and coming out the other side into a blindingly bright room. As my pupils adjusted, I could just start to make out the moving shapes around me. It didn't make any sense at all. What was happening to me inside my head? I rubbed my eyes and squinted, trying to focus, but there it was, all the same.
What to make for dinner?
Linda, where are you? I can't see you. Linda!
Ugh. I hope he doesn't want those awful pork pies again.
I could hear her sweet voice, but I couldn't piece together what was happening around me.
Oh my god. Bogdan, you startled me.
Hello.
Linda!
Come here. Come here.
Linda! Suddenly, I realized that something terrible had happened!
Oh, God! He's ripping me apart!
As it turns out, the device was immensely more powerful than I'd ever dreamed. When attempting to transmit back to the laboratory, all the extra power somehow allowed the signal to flow both ways,
Filthy animal!
effectively hacking me directly into her mind's control center, inside the raw neural network of her brain.
Stop! Don't! Stop! Oh, God!
I could hear myself think out loud.
Scramble addiction.
I could hear myself speak out loud.
Hello? How perfectly bizarre!
I could hear and feel everything Linda was experiencing, as if I were actually hardwired into her nerve center.
I could have just left you face down in the same alley I found you in. I'm done speaking now. I'll be waiting in my bath.
While my physical body remained inside my own apartment, my consciousness, my perception had begun to be transmitted into Linda's brain, as if I were now an unwitting passenger inside her mind. I was held hostage there by the very same device that I had hoped could save her.
Oh, damn, it's so cold in here. Hey, how hard is it to make sure my bath water is hot when I get in? You hear me, you old scab?
Please forgive me, my love.
My love? What? Wait, Linda, no!
You bet your ass, my love. You get me sick, and you won't have anything if I'm not out making the money, doll. Why are you being so stingy with all the hot water? What, you provide the water around here now?
No. No, my love. You provide the water.
With blood money from the last poor soul that crossed your path.
My mind reeled. She had not spoken to his face with those words. He would have used his blade to turn her insides out for such a thing. No, she hadn't spoken it aloud, but merely thought it. As clearly as you hear my voice now, for the first time in human history, I was able to hear my sweet Linda's every subconscious thought as it came into her mind.
Why am I waiting on you?
Please forgive me, Bogdan.
Look, and don't make it too hot this time, or I'll burn your freaking face with it.
Maybe one day I'll walk over there and drop that radio into your shitty bath water. Roast your weenie for you, you little bitch.
Just then, I became aware of the strangest sensation. I could feel the neurons in my brain begin to glow white hot beneath where the skull cap had branded itself into my head. I could feel the sinewy strands of new nervous system connective tissue snaking their way past the fleshy muscle around my neck and crawling down into my spine, feathering out like a million tiny roots finding their way home, elongating and growing, expanding my consciousness even further into Linda's. until I became somehow directly wired into her nerve endings.
Oh my God! What am I doing? I can't stop it! My hand is moving on its own! Reaching out for the radio, I'm fighting against it!
My brain tissue had organically grafted itself onto her neural pathways.
My God, help me! What in the devil is happening? I can't help myself! I can't stop it! I can't pull back!
Until I felt so close to Linda.
It's almost touching the radio! Oh no! Not the bathtub!
I felt like I could just reach out,
Help me!
take her hand, and... Living through those first few moments in time, ages rolled by, like the flickering pictures in some shaky, silent film. I still don't understand how it was even possible. But the truth? The charred, rotten, electrocuted truth is right here, staring back at me. Through what is left of his two bloody, pus-exploded eyeballs, his eyes stare blankly back at him through these beautifully blue-tinted corneas of Linda's. I knew with all that was left of my soul that I had been the one that had truly carried out the deed. I knew in that blinding second that I had somehow willed myself to take control of Linda's motor functions, using her unconscious mind as a backdoor in. And unintentionally, I must have given her hand a slight nudge in the right direction. But I would do it again if it would save dear Linda from that human gargoyle. Linda, open the door. It's Stanley.
Stanley?
Linda, it's me, Stanley. It's all over. You're free. We can leave right now.
Oh my God!
Linda! Linda! Why aren't you answering?
Shut up, you fool! Bogdan is coming! He'll hear you! He'll rip you to shreds! You have to leave now!
It's me, Linda. Stanley, remember? My device, the roof, it works! The machine actually works! Open the door, let's go! We can leave right now, darling!
Oh, shit! Oh, God.
Linda, please, open the door! Open the door! Open the door! We need to leave now! There's no time for this, Linda!
Oh, God.
I know about Bogdan.
What did you say?
It's okay. I just said that
No, Stanley!
I know about Bogdan!
What? How could you possibly know about him? My God, are you saying...
It doesn't matter now, Linda. Come on, open the door. Let's go. We can leave right now.
Stanley, what do you know about Bogdan?
I know that Bogdan is dead.
What are you talking about? How could you possibly know?
Linda, I love you. It's okay. I was there with you the moment when it happened. Tonight in your apartment. The terrible fight with Bogdan. The cold bathwater. The radio.
I just killed someone.
It's okay. Everything is okay.
Oh, God.
He doesn't matter anymore for us.
Stanley,
He is out of the way.
I'm a murderer.
We can be together now.
I've wanted to see that soulless worm dead for years now. I just never thought I'd go through with it.
No, Linda.
They'll hang me for this. Oh my God, I'm a murderer.
But that's not true.
Oh yeah? Well, there's a man in my bathtub, boiled in his own juices, that would certainly disagree with you. I took a man's life in the most horrid way imaginable.
No, Linda. You didn't. You
I
couldn't.
took his life, Stanley. Oh my God.
It was I, Linda.
I wish I hadn't. Oh, there I stood.
No, Linda.
I felt my hand. It was to me. It was like I became possessed by some sinister force that made use of my hand to accomplish its own evil deed. Oh.
I pushed his radio set off the counter.
What do you mean? What are you saying?
My machine worked.
No!
Using your hand,
That's impossible!
I forced the radio off that counter and into the tub. It worked better than I'd ever imagined.
Stanley?
As you brought in his bathwater, I was hiding inside your mind the whole time, Linda. I'm the murderer, Linda!
What?
It wasn't you!
So it was you that directed my arm? You used my hand to push that radio into the tub and kill him?
I was trying to protect you. Now you're free. Don't you still want us?
Us? What are you talking about, us? Are you serious?
She could have just pulled the trigger against my forehead. It would have hurt less.
You said you'd come for me once you finished the machine, and you could make us millions. Oh, I'm free, all right. Free to spend the rest of my life regretting the day I ever saw you.
I tried everything. Everything in my power.
I wish I had jumped over that railing.
I would have killed Bogdan and all of his men if I could, to get her out of that museum of horrors.
We had our fun.
I would have gladly rode that burning building all the way down to the street, just to protect Linda.
But I love Bogdan.
But once I learned of how she had betrayed our promise, my love, well, I soon found there was little I could do to protect her from myself. For all my efforts, all my best intentions, all the wasted hope I pinned on the cracked idea that love could somehow grace me with its presence, I saw the last of my humanity spiral down the drain, leaving me an apathetic ghost. Transparent and cold, having lived past his time. So over the next several weeks, I lived inside the machine. Inside of Linda.
Oh, puke! I'll never be able to clean up this putrid stench of death out of the floor in this bathroom. This is gonna take me a week to clean up this. Wait, what is this? Oh my god! It's a hidden compartment tucked away under the tub. What the? What is all this? Look at all this money! Look at all this jewelry! Look at all these guns! I'm rich! I'll never need anybody again! I can finally live the life I've always dreamed! I'm rich!
I lived inside the machine, inside of Linda. And as its creator, my superior brain took its rightful place at the top of the network hierarchy for our telepathic connection. However, this time, instead of behaving like a captive inside the halls of her mind, a mere passenger along for the ride, I now used my newfound power for the singular purpose of satisfying my own selfish voyeurism. I became the puppet master, exploring every twisted crevice inside Linda's mind, as well as her body.
Yes! Stop it! I said no! I know that's you, Stanley! Get your hands off of me! I said no, you little weasel! It's been 6 weeks now, and this is the only way you can get yourself off? Get yourself a girlfriend! Get yourself a prostitute, but get out of my head! You two-legged parasite!
Her unconscious thoughts now reveal a poisonous hate toward me for killing Bogdan. who apparently was simply acting as the sadistic master in their fractured perversion of a love affair.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Oh.
So, I began giving in to the very base desires of my own depravity. I saw and heard, I shared with her, her most intimate, her most sacred moments.
Oh, my love, I miss your weight on top of me, pushing me face down, trembling and humiliated.
Privy to every conscious thought occupying her waking hours, and each one fantasy that filled the darkest corners of her blushing dream.
Oh, you're ripping me apart.
I shared with her the thoughts that are withheld from the ears of even the most trusted husband. I knew her more closely now than if I had made love to her every night for the last 25 years.
This should help you, my love.
And for me, this arrangement has worked out far better. Like these times we share together, as she's taking her evening bath.
Oh, it's not cold anymore, that's for sure. This feels so good, like entombing my body in a beautiful watery grave.
She turns down all the lights, leaving just a single candle burning at the edge of the tub. And although I can't see a thing, I cherish these moments above all others. The anticipatory sensation is like a powerful narcotic coursing through my veins. I stare, breathless, looking out into her room through her own eyes. Frantically clawing through the darkness of her apartment, I begin absorbing any trace of light, searching for some frail wisp, some illuminating silhouette that would help to betray her spiteful secrecy against me. In my room down the hall, I hover at the edge of my bed, the stinging pain of the machine burning deep into my scalp, hanging on the sickening ecstasy that would represent my ultimate payback. My own personal freak show. I leaned back, closing my eyes. It didn't matter. I'm in control now. As I lay back, resting my weight on my elbows, it was then I saw it. I could just see something. Just a flash. Through her eyes. A shadow. A movement. No, a figure. The faint, blurred features of a man. I can just make them out. They seem so familiar. The goggles were blown to bits, sending shrapnel rocketing through what was left of my face.
Pow! Fucker! You didn't see that coming, did ya?
But not before she hit me again. Twice more, just to make sure.
Take that, you weak-eyed little coward! Who's looking down on who now, Stanley?
There she stood, like a demon goddess hovering over me, gun still smoking in her perfect, slender, trembling hand.
Having fun, Stanley?
As I lay gurgling through the dark red, terror squeezing through the hole in the side of my neck, I struggle to still a last few gasps of air before I finally rest for eternity. For eternity. For eternity. At last, finally. Soon it'll all be over. I knew what had happened the second I opened my eyes. I hadn't gotten the headgear off in time. When she shot me, I was looking right into her eyes. Through the goggles, and the second my mind closed off, forevermore released into the silent bliss of eternal death, I began to awaken to a new nightmare.
Hey, you two.
Infinitely more twisted than the ones I had feared as a child.
What do you call that position, honey?
Consciously aware of each moment, frozen in a lidless sleep.
I see you guys. Don't worry.
I can see all around me. Through her eyes. I can hear every horrible, masochistic desire she shares so freely with the visitors to her apartment.
So
I am forever forced to live through her every waking moment and every perverse dream. Forever an unwilling spectator to the happy, well-adjusted life she has finally carved out for herself.
get started without me over there.
Forever a prisoner, locked away in the cell behind the eyes of my sweet Linda.